Hello, I'm Fred Medell. I'm Head of Marketing for TAMiYA America, and today I want to talk about the hop-up options that are available for the M-07 concept, and I happen to have one right here with them installed. So we're going to take a look at all the details. Okay, we're going to go through all the hop-ups on the M-07. First off, let's start with the basics. Shocks. You are able to put any TRF shock, or pretty much any TRF shock available from TAMiYA, both front and rear. TAMiYA's manual shows you exactly which part numbers work with the M-07 as far as which TRF shocks you can use. Next up, we have the M-07 heatsink. This goes right over here. With the use of one screw, it bolts onto the stock motor plate. So nice little design here, accentuates the chassis, and it offers more heat dissipation. Next up, we have the aluminum suspension mounts. What this allows you to do is to change the stock plastic mounts with the use of aluminum suspension mounts. It comes with a little ball so that when you run the suspension shaft through, it sits on a ball rather than sitting on the stock plastic. So again, you are able to adjust rear toe by the use of using shims on the rear part of the aluminum suspension mount. Next up, we have weight savings. TAMiYA titanium screws. These titanium screws will save you quite a bit of weight. They use a hex head wrench like this one here, and it is enough screws to completely kit out the entire M-07. Next up, we have two hop-ups to make one steering rack. We have the steering bridge and we have the steering arm right here. And what that does is it allows you to have a little bit more direct feel of how the car feels when you're driving it around a racetrack. The stock suspension, or not the stock suspension, but the stock steering rack works really well because it sits on ball bearings. But with the use of aluminum bridge and arm, it just gives you a little bit more rigidity and a little bit more direct feel. Next up, we have carbon fiber shock towers. What does this do compared to the stock ones? Well, I'll tell you. The stock mounts give you an inner and an outer hole position, both front and rear. The use of the carbon fiber ones gives you 5 different hole positions to adjust your shock angle. So it gives you a little bit more fine-tuning ability when you're racing this car around the racetrack. Next up, we have the aluminum turnbuckle shaft. And this shaft here is what connects the steering servo to the steering rack, and the stock piece is made out of steel. This is out of aluminum, so you save a couple grams of weight. Next up, very important hop-up. The designer himself told me if you're going to get any hop-up, the number one hop-up to get is the front and rear stabilizer set. It comes with 2 bars. It comes with a soft and a hard bar, both front and rear. And it's kind of hard to see here, but it attaches like it does like on a regular touring car, both front and rear. And one of the things that the designer is very proud of is that when you have to adjust, let's say you want to change the oil in your diff. Well, there's only 8 screws you need to take apart to get to the diff. 4 on the top, 4 on the bottom, comes out. Your sway bar settings do not change. You don't have to remove the sway bar whatsoever. So that's something he's very proud of. And last up of the hop-ups I can actually show you right now, we have the 24-tooth pinion gear. What makes this pinion gear so special? A, it's 24-tooth, and B, it is hard-coated, so lasts a little bit longer. So that concludes what I can show you, but I can also tell you what is coming out. We are coming out with an aluminum block here that controls your caster. It's 5 degrees. The stock piece is also 5 degrees, but with the use of an aluminum one, gives you a little bit more direct feel. And another hop-up option, which you won't be able to see even if I had it, is 2 counter shafts that are made out of steel are coming out in aluminum. Okay, that concludes all the hop-ups that we have available for this thing. Again, they're going to come out roughly around the same time as the chassis release, which is around June 20th, which is only a couple days away. So look out for this kit at your local hobby store. We're looking forward to you guys enjoying it. And the next video that we're going to show, we'll shoot hopefully maybe tomorrow or the next day. And we're going to see this thing go around the track. So hopefully you guys will come out and see that too.